Board of Governors have resolved to confer an Honorary Master of Public Administration upon Clare De Bathe. Can I please ask Clare to come forward and join the Governors? In making this award today, we celebrate the generosity and tenacity of individuals who make our voluntary sector such a powerhouse of social justice and well-being. Clare is one such individual. When I prepare these short, and I promise it will be, speeches, I contact the award nominee and ask them to tell me about themselves, explaining the purpose of an honorary award is to both celebrate the amazing people around us and inspire our graduates. So the first thing they say, their immediate reply, I believe, is very telling. I can just about see Clare's face right now. I guess she's trying to remember what she said. Does she look nervous? What she could have said was that she had just completed a 13-year marathon. A marathon of organising and planning and negotiating and fundraising that has delivered to Chichester a remarkable endowment of community spaces. Under Clare's leadership, the city has gained just shy of 30,000 square feet of community spaces across 12 buildings. Plus, 8 hectares of land has moved into community ownership. She has inspired a team of 128 people to become volunteers to help run these spaces and fundraised just under 8 million. What this translates to is places where people can meet, be creative and healthy, and support each other. Community spaces are vital for thriving communities. They are places to celebrate and perform. And in fact, a good number of you will have performed in the Graylingwell Chapel that exists because of Clare's commitment to social good. But she didn't focus on any of this. What Clare did say was far more generous than this. It was more typical of the honesty and humility that I have admired even in my brief time of knowing her. She shared an insight into her life that illustrates so beautifully that the start does not have to be perfect, for the journey that follows to be brilliant and inspiring. So as you start your professional journey, please hold this in mind. What Clare said, and I quote, "I ended up doing a degree in law, not planned. It was one of those classic, got a place in clearing, didn't end up where I wanted to go. So I did the law degree, and then I went travelling with a view to joining the Met Police when I got back. The police exams were straightforward, the interview was straightforward, and then I failed on press-ups. So my 10-year dream of working for the Met was over because of press-ups, I kid you not. I would say the Metropolitan Police Force's loss is without doubt our gain, because Clare's vision and drive has created the spaces and opportunities for thousands of people to dream and collaborate and be together as a community. Governor Yvonne Chester, I present to you Clare De Bathe for the award of degree of Honorary Master of Public Administration, honoris causa.
Vice-Chancellor, faculty, honoured guests, family and friends, thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to stand here to receive this Honorary Master's in Public Administration. The last time I addressed a room of students, it was a symposium with over 300 attendees. I had to Google what a symposium was, and even then, I wasn't convinced I fully understood it. I had been asked to speak about how those of us working in the voluntary and community sector often undersell ourselves, that we sometimes compare our work to the glossier careers of the corporate world and convince ourselves that we are somehow less. What I meant to say was that the voluntary sector can be too self-deprecating. What I actually said was self-defecating. Let's just say the Q&A that followed was very memorable. But I stand by the heart of that message. Public administration in the context of charities and community organisations is not second best. For the past 25 years, I've had the privilege of leading charities and trusts. Yes, that's meant budgets, governance, risk registers, funding meetings, and more meetings than I care to count. But behind all of that is something deeper, creating spaces, programmes, and opportunities so that underrepresented voices can be heard and communities can shape their own future. I have seen people who have never imagined themselves as leaders speak with conviction about what their neighbourhoods need. I've watched communities come together around a kitchen table over a cup of tea, or my preferred option, a pint of beer, to shape places and build legacies that will outlast us all. That, for me, is what public administration truly means, leaving behind structures, skills, and confidence so that others can thrive long after we have stepped away. It's not about running organisations, it's about nurturing people, creating belonging, ensuring that no voice is too small to be heard. And that brings me to all of you, the graduating students. Today is a milestone in your journey, but it's also a beginning. The skills, knowledge, and resilience you have built here will carry you into many different fields, whether it's theatres, performance, classrooms, hospitals, offices, and communities. Some of you will lead from the front, others will lead quietly by listening and creating space for others. However your path unfolds, the question you will carry with you is, will I leave things better than I found them? Will I create opportunities for others to thrive? Because that is what true leadership is. It's not neat and it's rarely easy, but it is real and it does matter. Change doesn't begin in formal documents and grand strategies. It begins in conversations, in listening and asking what if. So thank you, University of Chichester, for recognising this work with honour. I accept it not only on my behalf, but on behalf of every volunteer, colleague and resident who has walked the journey with us, many of whom would never call themselves leaders, but undoubtedly are. And to the graduates, as you step into the next chapter, know this: your work, whatever form it takes, will matter. You have the chance to build the legacies that future generations will inherit. And finally, if, like me, you sometimes muddle your words, do not worry. You may not say the perfect things or be the perfect person, but if your heart is in the right place, your message will always be heard. Thank you.